Hello, welcome to Yin Yoga. Today, we're going to build up to saddle or half saddle or a variation for those of us that cannot do the full. And I myself do a variation of the full, so feel free to follow me if that is in your practice and appropriate for you. We will use a strap today, and we're going to start off with this here in a moment. So go ahead and have that close. And maybe a couple blankets or a bolster or a strong cushion or pillow might be helpful for you today as well. Otherwise, we will get going. So let's start on our back. Make sure you bring your strap with you as you come onto your back. And once you get down there, just take a moment. Just let the feet go wider than hip width apart, or maybe as wide as your mat, and just take a nice little windshield wiper from side to side. Keep it gentle, nothing too extreme, nothing too large of a movement. It's okay for, the opposite hip to come up a little bit, but your belly button is in. And then from here, we're going to come back in. You can keep the feet wide. You can let the knees fall in if that's comfortable for you. I'm just going to roll my shoulders back a bit. Few things for the hands as we settle in. You can have both hands at the belly. One hand at the belly, it doesn't matter which one, and one hand over the heart. Or you can take both hands over the heart, which is what I'm going to do. And just begin to take some deep, expansive breaths here. So really expanding the rib cage as you inhale and then exhale. And I'm just going to exhale through the mouth. A big inhale through the nose, expand. Exhale it through the mouth. And just relax and sink in here for a moment. So coming to an intention, what would you like to give or receive from this practice? You can always dedicate it to yourself, someone, a cause, some theme. The affirmations I'm going to give you today are based around success. Affirmations for success. There's different types of success. So whatever success means for you, your definition of success, that's how I would like for you to apply this. And then from here, once that's ready, good, we'll release the hands. Then another windshield wiper one more time. Grab your strap. We're going to do some dynamic stretching here, just preparing the hips and the low body a little bit better for the saddle or saddle variations that we're going to come to. So I'm going to bring my legs back in line with my hip. I'm going to take my strap around the center part of my right foot. I'm going to strap for a piece of the strap in each hand. Good. And from here, I'm just going to let myself get a little, I shouldn't say little, get a circle. Now, smaller or little circles are a little bit easier. They're a little bit easier to control, but there's nothing stopping you from doing a large one as long as you're in control and your hips aren't wildly rocking around and that sort of thing. So let's reverse that direction. Your belly button is still in here. And as we're working, the first affirmation that I'm going to give you is I am worthy of success. I am worthy of success. We are all worthy of success. Good. So we're going to choke up a little bit here on the strap. We're going to let that leg come forward, give it a tug in towards the face. And forward and little tug. And forward and tug. You can choke up a little bit more, keeping a little micro bend in the knee. So here my leg is, it's long, but my knee is soft. This is an example of a locked knee. This is not where I want you to be. Have a little softness here. And different people's legs are going to look differently based on your own flexibility and body. Try to keep the upper body grounded. So at the time of this recording in Kentucky, we're having kind of unseasonably cool weather. I'm certainly not complaining about it. This is my kind of weather, but it was just really nice to walk this morning. And so these stretches feel really good after that walk. Good. And we'll release. Good. Both straps are going to come into the right hand now. Good. We're going to come over to the right, gentle tug, and come back in. Both hips stay grounded a little bit to the right, gentle tug, and come back in. You can choke up a little bit here to the right, hold it out there, and feel free to adjust as your body needs. So that might mean you just keep it directly out to the side. Some of you might give a little tug in one direction or the other based on your body's needs. Remembering as we go through these, pain, numbness, tingling, burning, never normal sensations. So if you feel those, you want to back off until you do not. And for those of you that are wondering, how do I know if I'm stretching or if I'm going beyond? Well, if you want to think about it from a pain scale, where 0 is no pain and 10 is the worst pain ever, think about a 5 or a 6 and don't go beyond that. Your 5, your 6, it's going to be different than my 5 and my 6. So what you think is 5 or 6 is what is appropriate for you. Okay. Remember, I am worthy of success. We are worthy of success. Let's take this back up. Good. Your other leg now is going to come a little bit longer. I'm going to switch hands. Good. So I'm just going to arc over a little bit and come back to center. Arc a little bit and back to center. Arc a little bit and hold. And you find yours. You might be closer to the feet. You might be closer to the face. You might be directly across. You might move that foot around from the ankle, finding interesting stretches. You'll know when you hit the extra special one because you will feel it from hip to heel. You can also bend the knee here a little bit deeper like this, if that's something that's better for your body. When you're ready, we're going to come back into center. We'll do a midair switcheroo here. Good. Now your left foot is in the strap. Good. And I'm going to come down here a little bit lower. We're going to go to those circles again. So smaller circles, larger circles. Maybe you start off smaller and gradually get bigger. You choose where your body needs you to be. Remember, you don't have to look like me. Just look like you. And then from here, when you're ready, let's reverse that direction. I'm keeping my belly button in here as well. It's helping me stabilize my hips, keeps me from rocking around. Good. And then from here, when you're ready, it will come back to center. So from here, I'm going to let that left leg come forward. I'm going to come back, give a gentle tug, and forward, and gentle tug, and forward, and we'll hold it a little bit deeper, a little bit longer this time. Remember, keeping that knee a little bit soft, unlocked. Breathe and expand, come back to intention, the one you chose, or the affirmation of success. And saying to yourself, I am worthy of success. Whatever success means to you. And you can even kind of separate that out. Is that personal success? Is it career or business success? And release. Both straps into the left hand. Belly button stays in, hips stay grounded a little bit to the left, and come back up. And to the left, and come back up. And to the left. Good. Wiggle around here. Find your sweet spot. Keeping that micro bend in the knees still. And see if you can, I forgot to mention this on the other side, but see if your knee is bent here on this right side, see if you can keep the knee in line with the hip. Try not to just let it kind of fall out to the side or fall in. You can always take this leg long here too, if it's safe for your low back to do so. Just notice as you breathe through it over time, how the leg is just going to release, allowing you to come in here deeper, just like any other yin pose when your body is ready for it. And we'll come back up. Good. Now this leg's going to be longer. Good. We'll switch sides. Good. And then from here, get a little bit across and come back center. A little bit across and back center. And across and hold. Good. Move forward and back. Wiggle around. Find your optimal spot on this side. Shoulders are grounded. This hip will come up a little bit. And again, you can move the foot. Oh, there's a good one right there. You can move the foot, ankle around, finding interesting stretches. Maybe an extra special one. Or like I just found, an unexpected one. And then when you're ready, we'll come up, remove the strap. We're going to be done with the strap here. Actually, there might be one other opportunity. Some of you might use it for a quad stretch later. Some of you won't need it for a quad stretch later. So if that's something that you want, maybe have it more handy. All right, let's go into a Banyanasana, get into the side body while we're down here. So I'm going to take my legs long. I'm going to grab this over here. Good. My legs are going to come long. My arms are going to come long behind me. Good. I'm going to pick up my upper body and I'm going to take it over to my right. Good. I'm going to slide the right leg out. Left leg can slide along behind it or cross over. The crossover will not be a good idea for everybody. You can even take the right hand and tug on the left wrist. And breathe and expand here. We're going to be here a couple minutes. Good. So I gave you, I am worthy of success. I am worthy of success. What about, I have much to offer. I have much to offer. It doesn't have to be, career or business. You have a lot to offer. You have a lot to offer to your friends and family that are around you. Breathe and expand, feeling the left side open up a little bit. Maybe even a little bit of a left shoulder opener here. Remember, if it's too much, you can't breathe well, pain on the ceiling, burning, back off. I have much to offer. Okay. So from here, good. Carefully undo the arms first, lift the chest, take it back to center, undo the legs if you cross. Good. Take them back to center, bend the knees, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle here. You can stay with the wiggle, wiggle, or knees into the chest, lifting up, tucking the chin, hug yourself. And then we're going to take that to the other side. So from here, I'm just going to move my props out of the way. Good. Taking my legs long, arms long behind me. Good. With a nice, tightly connected core, I'm going to lift the upper body. Good. And I'm going to lay it down to the left. I'm going to slide the left leg to the left. Right leg can slide along beside it or cross over. Left hand can grab right wrist. And we'll be here for a couple minutes. Breathing, expanding, opening up the right side. So not so much for me in this position, But those of you that have watched my videos when we're side lying, opening up the side body, how I often cough, the body releasing things it likes to hold on to, in the heart chakra, rib cage area. It doesn't really have the same effect to me when I'm lying on my back doing Vinyasa as I do when I'm doing side lying stuff. So just something to notice and ponder about yourself, how different things release differently from the body. So I am worthy of success. I have much to offer in my career, to my family and friends, to my community, to the world at large. And then from here, then carefully release the bind. If you were grabbing wrist, lift the chest up, take it back to center. Undo the legs, take them back to center. Good. You can bend the knees. You can wiggle, 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 or taking the knees into the chest, lifting. Good. Finding a nice little whole body hug. And then from here, when you're ready, in the way that's best for your body, we're going to come up to a seat. So I'm just going to roll over to my side and press myself up to do that. Okay. We're going to come to a Janu Sirsasana with a twist. And on this one, I'm going to demo this from an angle. So you can sit up on a folded blanket or pillow if you need that. First, I'm just noticing my fabulous ponytail here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by taking the left leg forward first. Your right foot's going to come into center. You want flexion in that left foot. So you want those toes to come towards the face. And before we do any folding, just kind of lift a little bit, coming into your anterior tilt. So your tailbone is going to come back, hip bones are going to come forward. Make sure that you're a little bit more square in the hips here, and that your chest is also in line with the hips. So your hips aren't going this way and your chest is out here, okay? Make sure everything's in the same direction. Softness in the knees, support under there if you need it. Big inhale and reach. Exhale, lengthen right before your edge, long spine, and then you can round and fold in. Good. Now, this is going to be 3 minutes total. About halfway through, I'm going to give you the option for a twist if you would like to take that. So breathe into it. And then as you're here, could you take your left shoulder back a little bit, your right shoulder a little bit more forward? Notice how that changes things back here. So I am worthy of success. I have much to offer. What about I am thankful for the opportunities coming my way? I am thankful for the opportunities coming my way. Breathe and expand. And as we start to come up on halfway, you choose. If you need to take a break right now, you can carefully come out. If you want to stay here, you're welcome to stay here. Those of you that want to go into the twist. So I'm going to come up a little bit. I'm going to lengthen my spine. Good. I'm going to take my left hand or arm on the inside. My right hand and arm is going to come somewhere on the outside. That might be enough of a twist for me, or you can continue to rotate, opening up for the left. Maybe you look under the arm, maybe not. Find what you need here. Good, and try to breathe and expand again. So I am worthy of success. I have much to offer. I am thankful for the opportunities coming my way. And return back to your own intention if you chose a different intention. And returning back to the breath. Good. And then from here, good. If you took the twist, we'll come out of the twist. Good. And then we'll all come back up. Good. So we're going to take that all to the other side. So I'm just going to turn this way now. My right leg is going to come forward. My left foot is going to come in. Good. Again, just kind of lift a little bit. Find that anterior tilt of the pelvis. So tailbone comes back, hip bones come forward. Square off a little bit. The shoulders and hips are in that same direction. They're doing the same thing. Good. Support the back of the knee if you need that. Toes are coming towards the face. Big inhale and reach. Exhale with a long spine. Hinge forward right before your edge and then hold in. Breathing. Good. Again, this time maybe play with your shoulder placement. Do they feel even? Or did one shoulder go forward of the other? I'm thankful for the opportunities coming my way. What about I deserve to live the life of my dreams? I deserve to live the life of my dreams. Say that to yourself because you deserve to live the life of your dreams. And it's never too late to start living the life of your dreams. So don't let age stop you from living your dreams. And as we start to come up on the halfway point, you choose. You can come out completely. You can stay right here. Good. If you're going to follow me with a twist, come up a little bit, lengthen the spine. Right hand's going to come somewhere on the inside. Left hand's going to come somewhere on the outside. That might be enough. Or you can rotate here. Maybe you look under the arm. Maybe you don't go that far. Be where your body needs you to be. Good. Belly button is still in here. So I am worthy of success. I have much to offer. I am thankful for the opportunities coming my way. And I deserve to live the life of my dreams. I deserve to live the life of my dreams. And then from here, when you're ready, if you were in the twist, carefully come out of the twist first and come back up. Good. So we're going to prepare the back a little bit more now for saddle. We're going to come into a Sphinx. We'll also go into a quad stretch here before we come up and go into saddle. So if you know that you cannot reach behind you, belly down, and grab your foot or something like that for a quad stretch, you can loop your strap around the foot and do it that way. I'll also give you another no strap, no bind option if that's what you need. I'm going to reset my timer here. Good. All right. I'm going to come belly down. Good. My legs are going to be about hip width apart. And if once you come down here, if it would feel good to you to do a little wiggle wiggle like it is to me right now, then go ahead and do a little wiggle wiggle. Otherwise, remember the feet are going to stay grounded until I cue the quad stretch. But from here, good, I'm going to take my elbows in. My shoulders are behind or over my elbows. My palms are down. Good. I'm going to press my elbows and forearms into the floor. That's going to give me a lift. My belly button is in. Energetically, I'm going to take that chest forward. Elbows come towards the body, even though they don't move. It's just a little energetic movement. And we'll be right here for 2 minutes. Shoulders are down and relaxed. Now, if it would feel good to you to, kind of move the head around, getting some different stretches, then, or little kinks, then feel free to do that. Good. So I am worthy of success. I have much to offer. I am thankful for opportunities coming my way. I deserve to live the life of my dreams. Yeah. And then what about my work is making a difference? My work is making a difference. So for me, my work is making a difference as what I do, yoga, Pilates, health coaching. But if you're not doing that, if you're doing something else, or maybe you're retired and you don't work, the work you do at home, what you do at home, what you do out in the community makes a difference. You are still making a difference. Being there for your family makes a difference. Listening to friends makes a difference. Supporting causes makes a difference. Remember, belly button is in, no crunching. If you're starting to lose the engagement at the shoulders, kind of creeping down like this, and you can't come back up here, it's time to come out completely. Okay. And then from here, when you're ready, we'll come down here, make a little recovery position with your hands and give yourself a wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Now, if your body is one that's telling you you need to come back into a child's pose right now, then listen to your body and take that child's pose right now. But we're going to go into the quad stretch. So I'm going to start on the left side because that's the side closest to the camera. So I'm just going to bend that left knee. And for some of you, this is going to be all you do because maybe it's not appropriate for you to loop a strap back here or bind. So to give you an unbinding version here, belly button is in, really reach from hip to knee. Good. So now you've got a little bit more engagement in that quad, and you can take that foot in closer to the glute. Now, for those of us that can, reach back there, grab a foot, grab your pants, grab an ankle. Good. So same thing, reach from hip to heel, from hip to knee. That might be enough for you here. Or rolling the shoulder back. Good. Squeeze the left glute, take the left foot up to the ceiling. Try not to press hand and foot into each other with all the might. That puts a little bit more strain on the back, and we don't want that. just prepares the quad for the saddle pose. Good. And then we'll release that, release the foot, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And we'll take that to the other side. So remember, if you're not binding, you can just bend, you can reach from hip to knee, or you can loop that strap around your foot. You can grab your foot, you can grab your ankle, you can grab your pants. Same thing. Lengthen from hip to knee. That might be enough for you on the side. Rolling shoulders back, squeezing right glute, lifting right foot up to the ceiling. Breathe. And then we'll release. Good. From here, I'm going to take hands on our shoulders, and I will press back and counter all of that with a roundy child's pose here. And from here, when you're ready, we're going to prepare to come into saddle. So for my saddle, whether I choose to go back or not, I like to sit up on a blanket. So you can always have a blanket here. You can have 2 blankets up there. You can, have a blanket here, fold another blanket on top of it. The higher you go, if you've got a knee issue, the easier it is on the knee. So I'm just kind of be mindful of that. So if you're down here like this, and you're like, my knee won't move that way. Sit up higher, help yourself. Sitting here in pain and not helping yourself when you need it by using your prop does nothing for you, but create anxiety and discomfort that you don't need. Okay, so take care of yourself. Good. I'm gonna prop this up. I may or may not go back today. I do not know. So I'm gonna have this bolster back here. If you are older or have had back injuries, I always recommend a bolster to help you go back, or you be in charge, and maybe depending on what you've got going on, it's not a good idea for you to lie back at all, and that is always okay as well. If you don't have a bolster steady cushion, again, you can take a lot of blankets kind of like this, stack it up. Here's 2 blankets, it's the same height as my bolster. Just kind of find what it is you need. Good. So I am going to show you how to do this with one knee back, and then I'm going to come into a full variation. So, and I've got my blanket over to the side on purpose so my foot doesn't get caught in the blanket. So on this one, good. My right leg is forward. I'm going to roll to the right. I'm going to bend that left knee and come right here. Good. So those of you that have seen earlier in videos know that I was right here for a long time. Good. You can just rub, come around again. Sit up higher if you need to. Help yourself. All right. Those of you that are going to go into the full, I'm going to change how I sit on the blanket. I'm going to fold this up. You can also sit on a block or 2 blocks stacked on top of each other, depending on where you're going. And then from here, I'm just going to start taking my shins around that blanket or the prop. And I'm going to sit up right here. So those of you that are following me in the full, you're going to get 2 of these for 2 minutes each, 4 minutes total. Those of you that are doing one leg at a time, you're going to get 2 minutes on each side. I will give you time for transition. But as you're here, sitting up first, wherever you are, you can always, I like to kind of do a little spider grip. That's what I call it with my hands, kind of come around the quads, around the knees, around the shins and calves, maybe even the tops of the feet. Good. This also stretches the ankles and the tops of the feet as well. Good. And I'm zipping up from pubic bone to behind the navel. And I'm breathing. So as we start to get ready to approach the halfway point, I'm going to give you options. You can stay exactly where you are. You can come out if you need to do that. If you want to go back, you've got the opportunity to do that. Just make sure you're supported. If you started one way and you want to try the full for 1 minute, you're welcome to do that as well. And you don't have to go all the way back. You can always go partial back. So for me, for this first time, I'm going to go partial back. So I've still got this back here. I'm supporting myself. And you do not want your knees to lift and bounce into the air. They are grounded, grounded. Good. So this pose brings up a lot of things for a lot of people. So our affirmations are about success. So what about I am releasing self-doubt to make room for growth? I am releasing self-doubt to make room for growth. My belly button is in here. I'm pressing away from the floor. If you're coming here, you can always go back a little bit more if that's okay, but I don't want to collapse through my shoulders. And from here, I'm going to carefully come up. Good. If you followed me and both legs were back, come forward. You can come all the way forward, get any little counter move that you need to do there. If you did the half, good. Roll over to your right side, release the left leg. Good. This way. Good. And then you can shake everything out. If you need to pat things out here, you can do that. Otherwise, we're going to set up and do that all on the other side. So this time, I'm just going to move my bolster this way. So again, if you're going to do this with one leg at a time, this time, it's going to be your left leg that comes forward. Roll over to your left side, grab the right, good, and you'll place that here. And you might be different on both sides. One knee, you might need one blanket or something like that. The other one, you might need to be up a lot higher, depends on what's going on. That's okay. Help yourself on each side as you need to, okay? Otherwise, if you're going to follow me into the fold, then I'm going to come forward here. Coming in. Good. And coming back here. Good. Again, you can spider, rub. So I don't go back except for the last minute. However, if you are someone that is healthy in the back, you've got no issues, and you want to go back for the full 2 minutes, you're always welcome to do that. And remember, I am releasing self-doubt to make room for growth. I am releasing self-doubt to make room for growth. My work is making a difference. I deserve to live the life of my dreams. I am thankful for the opportunities coming my way. I have much to offer. I am worthy of success. As we come into the last minute, choose what you need to do. Do you need to come out completely? Do you need to make another change? Are you going to come back a little bit? Or are you going to come back a lot? I'm going to come back all the way on this one. Good. Remember, knees are down. Belly button is in. Any funny business in the back? When you go back, come out. You're not ready to go back yet. Breathing. Remember, the front body enables you to bend the back body safely. So this is always engaged anytime you're going back. This is a slight variation of a back bend, if you want to think about it that way. And most people, good. I'm going to nod my chin, good, and carefully, ooh, come up from there, good. So come out in the way that your body needs you to come out. I'm going to come out here, and this counter, and then coming out. Good. So we're going to come back onto our backs now. I'm just going to move my props out of the way. Good. I'm actually going to take one of my blankets. I'm going to use that as a neck pillow here. Have a bolster or something handy if you want something extra in your Shavasana time. But we're going to come to a basic bent knee supine twist. Good. So as I come here, and you can windshield wiper a little bit if you want to do that. Good. We're going to hold this 1 minute on each side. So I'm going to start by taking my arms out to the side. My right leg is going to come forward. My left knee is going to come in. Right hand is going to come on the outside of that left thigh. Inhale, exhale, take a twist to the right. If it does not feel good to your knee, you have your foot dangling here. Put something under there so it is supported. My left shoulder is grounded, maybe looking to the left. It's okay if the foot touches the floor. And then from here, good, gently come back into center, bringing knees into center. And then from here, when you're ready, left leg's going to go long, right knee's going to come in, left hand on the outside of that right thigh. Good, twist to the left. Maybe look to the right. Again, prop up this foot or leg. If the foot dangling around bothers you in any way, breathe and expand. Come to breath. Good. And then from here, carefully come back to center. Good. Bring the knees into the chest. Lift the upper body. Hug yourself. Good. And we'll prepare for Shavasana here. So the last thought I'm going to give you is, I believe in myself and trust in my abilities to succeed in all that I do. I believe in myself and trust in my abilities to succeed in all that I do. And I'll leave you here for a few short moments, thinking in. And then taking some deep breaths here. Choose stillness or gently take head and neck from side to side. Maybe wiggle fingers and toes. Choose stillness or taking knees into the chest, choosing to keep the upper body grounded or maybe lifting up one more time, full body hug. and choosing stillness, removing any props out of the way. If you used any during your Shavasana time, taking legs long in front of you, arms long behind you, and reach and lengthen from the edge of the fingertips to the edge of the toes. Full body stretch, point and flex those feet, bend and stretch those hands, rolling wrists and ankles in one direction, and then in the other. And then from here, whenever you're ready, bending in both knees, and you choose rolling over to your right or left side, the side that works best for your body in this moment, taking all the time that you need here. And when you're ready, pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat where we started our practice for a little intro. So I'm just going to take this out here. Good. It keeps falling down anyway. Good. And then from here, just taking a moment, noticing how you feel. Fingertips to the side, palms turning up. Inhale, reach, 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 and lengthen. Looking up there, exhale, hands in heart center. Reconnecting with those affirmations of the success or your intention one more time. We'll take thumbs to the forehead for good and true thought, to the lips for good and kind words, and to the heart for open and loving heart. Knowing no effort on this mat is ever wasted, no gain is ever reversed. May you be safe, may you stay well, may you have a wonderful day, week, evening, month ahead. Namaste.